Hey, what's up everyone? Lex here, and today I am going to be doing another WWE figure unboxing. Not too many here today, I've got 5. Really, I've been picking up figures as I see them out and about, like at the store. I don't buy online anymore. That's not to say that I'll never buy online again or anything like that. It's just, when you buy off Amazon, a lot of the times they have the same prices or even better than the store, but sometimes they ship them and the boxes get crushed. Sometimes it's perfectly fine. It's kind of hit or miss. But really, I like to buy them in store. Not only that, but it helps me from not going broke because I just buy all the figures that I see online anyway. There's a lot more that I want that are out right now, and eventually I'll have them here and unbox them and all that good stuff. So let's start with this, and I'm going to try to basically tell you about the figure and where I got it and how much I paid for it. This was pretty exciting right here, and the reason why it was pretty exciting is because I've been wanting a Natalia figure for a very long time, years, and I never see it, or when I saw it, I wasn't collecting at the time. I kind of wanted it, but I was like, well, I'm not collecting these, so it'd be kind of weird just to buy one figure and that's it. But this I found at Big Lots, and the cool thing about this is usually figures at Big Lots, no matter what the price is, or no matter what the style of the figure is, whether it's basic or elite, they charge $10. So I brought this up to the register. It didn't have a price on it. They scanned it, and it wasn't actually in the computer. So the guy just gave it to me for $5. So this was pretty cool. You can get this on Amazon for like $8 right now. So at one time it was kind of like a $14, $15 figure, but you can get it pretty cheap now. All right, so let's check out this figure here. Um, the thing about Natalia is that she had a figure. Her first Mattel figure, I believe, was her pink and white and black gear, and I'd still like that figure. This is her more risque attire that she started doing. I don't know if you watch Total Divas or not. I do. I think it's pretty entertaining. But she kind of started getting, flack for not wearing stuff that was sexy enough. So she started wearing stuff like this, and I think it's a really cool attire. So first and foremost, the first thing I notice on this figure is that the leg is not bending, and there we go. It's kind of, I don't know, it looks weird. It looks like this is jetting out to the side, so it looks like it's gonna break. But it feels pretty sturdy, so maybe it's just the way it looks, I guess. I don't know. And then this leg is a little bit better. And then arms are pretty good. Not bad. So she has kind of like this streak in her hair, like this pink streak that goes down up and over. I'd have to look at a picture of her to see exactly when she had this, but it goes over the hair tie too, unless that's just her hair. I don't know for sure. It kind of looks a little bit sloppy, but it actually looks pretty cool at the same time. She has this jacket, this half jacket here that she's wearing, and I'm going to see if I can take this off. Let me be gentle with it, so I may cut forward just to see. Okay, so the jacket's off. I came off pretty quick, pretty easily. I can't really complain about that too much. But this is what she looks like without the jacket on. I really love the detail in this figure because it's got kind of this brownish paint that is simulating, see-through clothing and whatnot. I think it looks really cool, and there's detail on the back as well. That's you can actually feel it. It's not just painting. And then on her arms, her gauntlets here, they've got the actual studs sticking out. This is a really good figure. I really like this figure a lot. Yeah, I mean the only real problem I'd say is that leg was a little stiff, but it's doing okay now. Yeah, pretty good. I like it. Natalia. What is this? I really don't like that they don't show the series on here as prevalent as they used to. But oh well. Yeah, Natalia, good figure. I highly recommend this one. Alright, so next up is this guy. Made in the USA Lex Luger. And this guy had been on my Walmart shelves for so long. I always wanted him. And I was kind of like, well, nobody's going to buy him in this town. I live in a really small town, and, it's just nobody's going to buy Lex Luger from this era. Or probably from any era. I don't know. So I was like, well, I'll wait for it to go on sale. Apparently my Walmart never has sales. So I went ahead and bought them, and I paid Walmart charges about $18 for their Elite figures at my store. And turns out they actually dropped their price to $15 for all their Elites, except for the Then, Now, and Forever line. And just like 2 weeks or 3 weeks after I bought this, so oh well, it's not a huge deal. It was a matter of $3, but I wanted to get him. I've been watching a lot of WWF 93, 94, 95 lately. I've been going through every single Raw and watching all the pay-per-views as well. And so Made in the USA Lex Luger was a huge part of that era, and very interesting too. I don't want to get into all that because that's a story for another time, but let's open this up. Alright, here we have Made in the USA, Lex Luger, oh yeah. Sorry, I've been hearing so much Vince McMahon announcing that it's kind of stuck in my head right now. So he does come with 2 dumbbells right here. And the dumbbells are pretty interesting. Let's take a look at those. They're kind of like loose. They're like 2 pieces attached. It's not just one solid piece. So it makes a little noise, which is kind of cool, because it kind of gives the facade that you're dropping weights that are loose on the rack. But there's 2 of those, so I don't know. Maybe you could use these for like backstage and stuff like that, but really no use for them. Let's take a look at the actual figure itself. Now, first and foremost, the head scan I think looks phenomenal. I think it looks great. Especially with the hair too. They got the hair like dead on. Maybe they could have made it a little bit more blonde than it is right here. But that's not a huge deal because it's still blonde. It's not like it's a whole different color completely. But the head scan is great, and then you come down to the actual tights and everything, and you can say what you want about Lex Luger during this period or at all. But this attire is really cool. I dig it a lot because it's got the red, white, and blue, of course, but it's also got the gold right here. Now, right here, the stripe doesn't come all the way up to the blue line, which is kind of a problem, just because it looks weird, I guess, to have only one line not reach all the way up to the top. But again, the knee pads are very similar. They've got the gold, and the gold just makes this all look really nice. Makes it pop. And then the white boots. So, yeah, pretty basic stuff. I mean, not much going on here. Just a really simple attire that looks good. There's also the Narcissist Lex Luger. if that's more of your taste. It's not mine. He had that for a very short time. So, made in the USA Lex Luger is definitely the Lex Luger of the WWF. If you're trying to recreate or collect WWF 93, 94, 95, this is obviously the one that you definitely want here. All right, so next up we have the Lunatic Fringe Dean Ambrose. This is my first Dean Ambrose figure. I've seen the other one in stores, the one that has like the post shield, but it has the jean jacket and the kendo stick, Singapore cane, whatever you want to call it. But this I found at Big Lots. And this also, like the Natalia figure, didn't have a price tag on it. And so I thought I was going to maybe get it for $5 too, but the cashier actually took the scanner all the way to the back of the store to scan. There was another one back there that did have a price tag. She went all the way back there to, I guess, scan that one. So I kind of felt like a jerk because I didn't know she was going to have to do that, or else I would have just grabbed the $10 one. But yeah, it's a Lunatic Fringe Dean Ambrose. Let's open it up. All right, so here is Dean Ambrose out of the box. And this attire is pretty interesting. I don't really recall what this was all about, the policeman thing, but I know it was a thing, and I just, I don't know, maybe I blocked it out of my memory or whatever, but I'm sure one of you in the comments will tell me exactly what it was from. But yeah, so he comes with 2 nightsticks that you can obviously use for him or Big Boss Man or someone like that. He comes with this police hat, which is really cool. I actually dig that quite a bit. And has his black Dean Ambrose shirt on. And on the back here it says Dean Ambrose Unstable. And he's got his belt. The studs on the belt are not raised. They're just painted on, but they're nicely painted on. It's a gold material. And then he's got his pants and his black shoes. The legs are pretty loose, which is good. They're not too loose, though. Arms are a bit stiff. This one's kind of loose a little bit. It kind of clicks and everything. But the look on his face is definitely that of a lunatic. I like it. I dig it. I don't think it's bad. It's just it's very intense. So maybe you want a more sane looking Ambrose, or maybe you don't. I don't know, but that all depends. You can put the hat on a little crooked there, and he just looks like a madman. I like it, actually. I like it a lot. Not $10 for this figure is not bad. I don't know if it's the greatest figure, ever. I think it's one of the better Dean Ambrose figures I've seen. He has the Shield Elite figure too, so it kind of depends on what attire you want him in. I'm not a huge fan of guys wrestling in jeans and a shirt and stuff like that. I mean, it's not a deal breaker. It's not like I don't like them if they do that, but I definitely prefer like tights and stuff like that. So, but this is the way he wrestles, and it is what it is. So, otherwise, a pretty good figure. Let me take these out and get you a look of just Dean here without all the accoutrement. There we go. Very nice. All right, so next up we have Bayley, and this is my second Bayley figure. This is a Toys R Us exclusive WWE Network spotlight of her NXT TakeOver match. TakeOver Brooklyn, I think, from the first one, maybe. Maybe I'm completely wrong about that. I can't remember. But yeah, anyway, it's gold and white and purple, black, and they've got the polka dots on the wristbands and all that kind of stuff. So we'll take a look at all of that once we get this thing open. All right, so this is Bayley Elite Network Spotlight. The other figure that came out earlier this year was a basic Bayley. Or did it come out last year? I can't remember. But anyway, this is an Elite version. So with the Elites and the basics with women, you get a similar figure. Because the basic figures for women, they have the better articulation. I really don't like the basics on the men because they have that weird leg articulation that goes, it only goes up and down. And that doesn't work for me, so usually I stay away from the basics of the men. So this is a really interesting figure as I'm checking this out. First, I want to talk about this thing that she has on her shoulders. It's this kind of fringe thing that she comes out with, and she raises her arms, and it looks like she has feathers or something like that. So there's that. You can take it off. Just slips off the fingers there and there. And then for the headpiece, it wraps around the neck like that. And then you can buckle it in right there when she has it on. So let's put that to the side. She also has a black headband that kind of, I don't know if that's intentional or not. Let me see. Maybe that is intentional. And I don't remember the other headband that she came with her basic figure being like this, but this kind of curves down around the ear instead of just being a straight up headband like this on both sides. So that's a little odd, but probably stays on the figure a little bit better. She also has this thing wrapped around her leg, which is supposed to be like tassel stuff. And it's really weird. It looks like it's in there, like it's like you can't take it off. It's like glued on or something like that. So there's that. And how does that work? It works pretty well because it looks like what they did was, if I can get this on camera, they actually ended it right there so that when you bend, it'll bend with it, and then they just put one down here. All right, so when I was picking out which figure I wanted from the shelf, because there was a couple of them there, I really was trying to compare the paint, and none of the paint looked good. So the paint on here, this was the best one I could find, but there was a lot of variance on this white area being either too high, too low, or being crooked, or whatever it may be. So I got the best one available, and this one looks pretty good. But this right here is like two different colors of gold. This is a darker gold up here, and like a lighter gold down there. And then right down here, the paint kind of, I don't know, smears and fades. And, you know, I don't know her attire that well to say that that's not supposed to be there, but I don't think that's supposed to be like that. I'm pretty sure that there is, you know, it's a solid and it comes to a definitive end there. You also have the Bayley B on the back here with her hair ponytail sticking out. Typical top here with the lace. The lace is not actual lace that you can that's pronounced. It's just painted on there. So, and then you have the polka dot wristbands, which are a kind of an homage to Dusty Rhodes, who helped her in the Performance Center. And she's got a green headband and a red headband on, painted on, so you can't take that off. And let me see something real quick. Okay, I guess that is with all the women. The wrists don't bend, so I don't know if that's a deal breaker for anyone, but that's kind of the way it is. Hands are always going to be kind of curved in or whatever. So the head scan, she's got kind of like this excited head scan. It's dorky, but I guess Bayley is dorky, so that kind of works in this situation. It's not bad. It's just, it's a little unsettling sometimes. So maybe if you want this attire to be your main attire, you could swap the heads with the basic and see that. I guess the only problem with that would be the headband would clash. I think she has a bow tie on the other figure or something like that. But yeah, Bayley, it's a decent figure. It's, if you're a huge Bayley fan, then I'd probably say pick it up. If you're on the fence, I mean, it's not a terrible figure. It's just weird. I don't like when the tassels are hard plastic that don't move. That's kind of cheap to me, and they do it with all their tassels. on boots like Tyler Breeze or Ultimate Warrior, stuff like that. But yeah, Bayley. Let's move on to our last figure. All right, so for our last figure, we have one of my favorites, Bam Bam Bigelow. Um, and this includes a breakaway table too. So this is my first Mattel table. Um, when I was a kid playing with my Jax figures, tables, the breakaway table was used a lot. It was so fun to put people through that table. I remember I had a triple threat table match with Tommy Dreamer, Rob Van Dam, and Rhino, and it was just one of my favorite matches I ever put on with my figures as a kid. But this is Bam Bam Bigelow. I like Bam Bam. I've got a Jax figure of Bam Bam, so we might compare and contrast once I get this open. Oh, and by the way, I haven't been saying where I got the last two. The Bayley figure I got from Toys R Us, and I paid $20 for it. And then this figure I got from my local Walmart, and the Then Now and Forever line is actually $20. So it's a little more expensive than what my Walmart usually charges for Elites, but I guess they think it's, this special Then Now and Forever series. So, and on the back, if you can see, they have this comparison to Kevin Owens, two larger wrestlers, which, Kevin's a bigger guy. I don't think he's close to Bam Bam Bigelow, though. I may be wrong about that. I guess that's something to discuss in the comments. But obviously, Bam Bam was a very athletic big man, and Kevin Owens, even though I don't know if I necessarily call him a big man, he definitely has a little bit of size to him, and he is super athletic as well. So here we have Bam Bam Bigelow in all of his glory. He's got his yellow and red flame attire, and yeah, Jack's big guys are interesting figures. They really are. I don't have a whole lot of them. I have Vader, I have Yokozuna, and all kind of different for different reasons, but this is pretty similar to the Vader that I have. When I put the leg up, there's some sort of almost feels like a rubber band resistance, kind of trying to make it not go as far. So that's interesting. But as you can see, it kind of clicks and everything. Just overall, these are kind of stiff figures, the bigger guys. I mean, look at that. The arm, I can barely raise up at all. There we go. Jeez. That took a while. Just kind of work it and loosen it up, I guess. The head scan. Let's start with the head scan, because the head scan's got the tattoos. The tattoos look pretty good. Don't have an issue with those, really. The face scan it's okay. To me, it doesn't really look like him at some angles, and then it does at others. Like from the top, that looks pretty much like him right there. But when I go like that, I don't know if it's like the beard or what. I also don't know exactly what era they were trying to go for. But it doesn't look completely unlike him. Let's try to get that Jax figure and compare them here. Alright, so obviously they're quite different. Even scale-wise, the Mattel one is larger. Tattoos. I'd probably give it to the Mattel figure for tattoos. Yeah. And my Jax Bam Bam is kind of faded off a little bit there on the head. I use this one a lot. I don't know, I guess I'd have to find pictures of it, but I don't remember Bam Bam's attire being this flashy. I don't remember it having this many flames. I definitely remember pictures. I've seen pictures of him with this attire for sure. Because the design doesn't match up with the one on the bottom, and it's supposed to be that way. So as far as girth wise, they're pretty similar. I I kind of like the body mold a little bit better on the Jax, because this belly kind of sticks out a little bit more here, is where it's kind of like this barrel here, where it's kind of, the belly doesn't really stick out, it's just all mass. But yeah, the head scan, I don't know. Like I'll give you guys a close up, and you guys can tell me which head scan you like. I think the Jax one looks a little bit like more like him. Maybe not. I don't know. That's tough. That's a tough one. For me at least. I think they're pretty close. They're definitely different head scans. So, different figures altogether. But yeah, let's see. Let's check out the breakaway table now, because this is my first Mattel breakaway table. Like I said, I used tables a lot as a kid with Jax, and the Jax tables were fantastic. I loved them. Let's see here. Let's put Jax Bam Bam to the side here. I'll grab Dean Ambrose, and we'll press Dean Ambrose over the head, and he goes through the. So apparently this is the Japanese Mattel table. Let's try to break this damn table. Let's do a scoop slam here. Nope. I know. Bam Bam. He loved to do moonsaults. So let's climb Bam Bam up to the top of this here. Nope. Japanese table it is. Wow. Not even a Bam Bam moonsault, huh? Gosh, I'll give it one more try, one more solid try. We'll give a power bomb to Dean Ambrose. That table's not breaking. What? How does it break? Oh man, this is solid. Do I have to do something to it first? There's that. Maybe I need to like break it once to get it kind of loosened up. Wow, that is on there. Seriously, does this not... There we go. God. That was hard to break even with my hands, just trying to break it. But yeah, obviously, these tables work a little bit different than the Jax table. So the Jax table, what it would do is they'd have this breakout, and then you'd kind of angle it like that, and then put it together like that, and then it would break easily. These actually have a slot that they click into. Okay, so now that we've broken it once, let's try it again. Let's try the press slam again, because that looked pretty good. So the press slam over. Nope, that didn't work. Bam Bam moonsault should work here. Let's put Dean on here, and Bam Bam. I don't know if that was a good hit. Let's take two on that one. Let's see. This table's not breaking. Let's get the Mattel in here, or the Jax. There we go. The Jax fell through. So I guess the Jax are okay with this. Let's have Mattel Bam Bam slam. All right, folks. Well, that's gonna do it for this unboxing of these figures. I hope you enjoyed. For more unboxings and reviews, make sure you subscribe to the page, like the video to share it around, and support these unboxings. Until next time, see you guys later. Damn table.